shoes, so they tried to use liquid bombs in London. And so it's a constant battle and an attempt to evolve against this threat. And I think it's very difficult to tackle that threat. So clearly we should be worried, but we should also be looking at new ways of trying to tackle the threat.
I don't think there's anything immediate to be expected, although it's a general warning, and also it is if Al-Qaeda is legitimately so, because they believe they are at war with the West and the Western governments, and such signals, which may be interpreted, like for our friend here, Laden friend, as a threat, it's very good. And the reason for that is very simple, because more billions will be diverted from building hospitals and improving schools into so-called anti-terrorism measures, which are pretty effective, with the ineffective and worthless, more or less, because whatever a cell is organized, is preparing for an action, it takes years. So even if Bin Laden is having 20, 30 alive, let's say somewhere, they will do action maybe to 15, 20 actions over the coming 10 years. This is insignificant. It does not even compare with traffic accidents in matter of human losses.
Do you think that strategy is right?
Spent, oh yeah, this is the billions. I would advocate that and advise them make more threats, so they spend more billions instead of improving their education and spending really in good expenditure, waste the money for nothing. It's a waste of money.
I do believe that some of the priorities of Al-Qaeda at present is to pressurize as much as they can to let the invaders in Kuwait, especially the Western countries, to withdraw their troops. This is one priority. The second priority is that in view of limited resources and the drying up some resources now, especially in Egypt, the human resources, who are doing now al-muraja'at, appraisals, and they are shifting from this type of strategy and creed and the belief of using force and violence to a normal way of understanding Islam, and long-term patience and facing the West. I think Osama is reconsidering his strategy, because he is getting some more. He has enough on his plate. Al-Qaeda has enough on their plate at present. So there is a change of priorities and a change of intention. The first is Iraq. They want to play a role in Palestine, but they are not able so far because of the presence of Hamas and Al-Jihad al-Islami. They want to play a role there.
What are you saying, that Hamas and Jamaat Islami will not allow Al-Qaeda to get a foothold?
They are there. They have a strategy. Many years working for that. It's stable. It is working. So they don't like any confusion or interference in their strategy. They are there already. It is nothing starting new. It is not something like Afghanistan. It is something established, stable, many years of occupation. They know better the land, the environment, the people, the politics. They know how to do. You understand?
So Al-Qaeda is in Iraq, Afghanistan. Where next?
Iraq, Afghanistan, Somalia to an extent. Sudan may be there now because of this Darfur.
Darfur, the preparation is ongoing. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure. Their presence will gain some popularity in Sudan and the land.
We're coming towards the end of the show now. In 20 seconds, what advice would you give to Western leaders following this tape?
To reconsider their invasion to such countries, to start to deal with people as humans, and to consider that Taliban are a part of Afghanistan and Al-Qaeda are a part of the Muslim world, and involve scholar leaders, Muslim scholars, to negotiate with them. Politicians and the intelligence in the West will never solve the problem.
Alex?
I think not to use the term war on terror anymore, but to talk about a war on Al-Qaeda and make very clear that our criticism is not of the Muslim people, but of Al-Qaeda specifically.
I think this would be a failure because this will make Al-Qaeda represent Muslims directly right away. No, my advice, without being very diplomatic, because my friend is a diplomat, I'm not, pack your luggage and go before the hell is loose, because wars which are coming are much more worse than what we have now. It's much more worse coming, and there will be even things will become in 10, 15 years nuclear.
Three very diverse and all depressing in their own way. I've got no doubt we'll have another tape to listen to shortly, and we'll assess that as well. But I'm sure that this debate will continue in homes across the world. Our time is up. Do you agree with the experts, or do you have your own views on Osama bin Laden? In fact, is he still alive? Don't forget to send us your feedback to the email address shown on the screen now, and the best messages will be read out. Our email is theagenda@Press TV. Yemeni-born Amin al-Qadasi wrote and said he was concerned about how Muslims are being portrayed in the West by the media, and he is highly critical of human rights abuses in Muslim countries as well. He says he was recently disturbed by a Fox News report which intimated the French riots were down to Islam, and America will encounter the same problems from Muslim communities in 50 years' time. What can I say, Amin? Just switch off from Fox and tune into Press TV for the real facts. You might not like what you hear and see on Press TV, but it will be the truth. Finally, a very big thank you to my guests today, and we'll see you all soon.